Hey everyone, Mikey Abrams, Texas Pride Realty Group. Happy New Year, everybody. I've got a concern and an interesting thing that has just happened in a real estate deal. It's sad, but it's something we all need to kind of realize that could happen and prepare for. What happens when your buyer or your seller passes away, and specifically from COVID? What happens to the deal? Well, this happened to me. I was representing some buyers who found a home. They loved the home. We already negotiated with the repairs. The appraisal came in fantastic. We were just a couple of days away from closing. Unfortunately, the seller got really ill in the hospital and passed away, specifically from COVID. It was a very hard thing for everybody, and we, of course, expressed our sympathies to the seller and the seller's family and everything, but what happens to the contract? Well, if one party of the contract dies, the entire contract, it just completely eliminates. So all the money that the buyer has spent as far as option money and any inspections and the appraisal money, that's all gone. All the money that the seller has spent on the repairs and anything that they're doing, that's gone as well. So these are some things that you need to think about if this is going to happen. It's a sad thing to think about, but we all have to kind of protect our investments and how we move forward. Number one, there is a COVID addendum that you can sign when submitting an offer that will allow buyers or sellers to extend a closing date due to COVID illness or COVID related job loss, all right? Number two, the other thing that can happen, which fortunately happened to these particular buyers, is that if you are a seller, make sure that you have a will in place. And the will is clearly defined as to who's going to take over your property so that when it goes through probate, we're not going to have any kind of difficulties. But number three, fortunately, there was only one heir to the property, so all they needed to do was produce a death certificate and sign the affidavit of heirship. That's a hard word, affidavit of heirship. Fortunately, we got the deal back on track. We have to extend the closing time a little bit because, of course, we want to give the sellers enough time to grieve and out of respect for the former owner. It's a sad thing to think about, but we still managed to make this deal work, thinking outside of the box and learning new things and trying to manipulate our way through this new way of living. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me, Mikey Abrams, Texas Pride Realty Group. Bye!
Take pride in your real estate experience.